The alien fleet hovered silently at the edge of human space. Thousands of sleek, dark ships floated in perfect formation, their sensors scanning the stars for any sign of human activity. Their commanders were confident. After years of observing humans, they thought they knew everything. They believed that humans were small, weak, and reckless. Their weapons were powerful, their technology advanced, and they had conquered countless star systems without a single loss. Yet, today felt different. Even the aliens could feel it. The space around them seemed quieter. Too quiet. Their sensors picked up only faint signals, just the usual cosmic background noise. But deep in the void, a subtle energy pulse trembled. It was faint, almost impossible to detect. And yet, it made the alien commanders uneasy. "Report," barked Admiral Kreth, his voice sharp and commanding. His elongated head turned toward the nearest officer. His eyes, black and unblinking, reflected the cold emptiness of space. "Nothing unusual," the officer replied, voice steady. But a flicker of doubt appeared in his eyes. "No ships. No signs of human activity." Kreth's sharp claws tapped against the control panel. "We've seen this before. Humans are reckless, yes, but they are also clever. This silence feels wrong." The aliens were not wrong. Deep behind the stars, beyond the edge of the sensors, something massive was moving. A shadow slowly emerged from the darkness. At first, it seemed like a small blip, too far away to be noticed. But as seconds passed, the blip grew, larger and larger. From the alien perspective, nothing in the known galaxy could grow so fast in size. The sensor alarms began to beep frantically. Crew members rushed to their stations. Even the calmest officers felt a chill crawl down their spines. "What is that?" one of the junior officers asked, voice trembling. "It can't be," another whispered. Kreth leaned closer to the screen. The massive structure slowly revealed itself, a human starship unlike any the aliens had seen before. It was not sleek and fragile like human ships usually were. No, this ship was enormous, towering, endless in size. Its hull glimmered faintly in the starry void, reflecting energy from distant suns. The design was simple, almost primitive compared to alien technology, but its sheer scale made it terrifying. "They've built this," Kreth said in disbelief. His voice cracked slightly. "This is impossible." The human ship moved closer, silently, almost as if it were gliding through space, without effort. Alien sensors tried to calculate its mass, its velocity, its energy output, but the numbers were impossible. Every measurement failed. The humans had built something beyond calculation, something beyond imagination. As the alien fleet adjusted its formations, preparing to confront what they thought was another minor human patrol, more shadows appeared. Not one ship, but dozens, then hundreds, then thousands. The human fleet was coming, and each vessel was larger than any alien ship in the fleet. The crew of the alien flagship panicked. Alarms screamed. Red lights bathed the command room in harsh flashes. The senior officers exchanged nervous glances. "We can't fight that," one of them said, almost choking on the words. "Our weapons, they won't even scratch it." Kreth slammed his clawed hand onto the table. "Do not underestimate them. Humans are reckless, yes, but we are not here to die. Prepare weapons. Ready for battle." Even as he spoke, a small warning shot from a human ship passed nearby. A beam of energy, not aimed to destroy, but to show the aliens the scale of their power. The blast lit up the void like a supernova, sending a ripple through the alien fleet. The alien officers froze. Ships trembled. Alarms doubled in intensity. Kreth's eyes widened. "They are showing us. They are not afraid." In the midst of the panic, one officer asked, "Should we retreat?" Kreth's face hardened. "Retreat is weakness. We cannot afford weakness. We fight, but we must understand what we face." Meanwhile, the human fleet moved with silent precision. There was no chaos, no panic. The humans did not chatter, did not shout. They did not even fire weapons aggressively. They simply appeared, vast and unstoppable, and waited. The aliens had studied humans for decades. They had fought minor patrols before. They had seen human courage, sometimes bordering on madness. But this was beyond anything. This was strategy, power, and scale combined in a single, terrifying display. Back on the human command bridge, the officer stood calmly, observing the alien fleet through massive viewing panels. Their captain, a tall, imposing figure, spoke softly, almost to themselves. They think they know us. Let them learn the hard way. The human ships advanced slowly, maintaining formation. Each vessel's hull reflected the light of distant stars. Their engines glowed with quiet, steady energy. It was as if the humans were saying, "We are here. We are not afraid. And we are more than you can handle." The aliens launched probes, small drones designed to gather information. They approached the human fleet cautiously. The probes disappeared instantly, vaporized by an unseen force field. Kretha's hand shook slightly as he watched the screen. Impossible. They have defenses we cannot even detect. Panic spread through the alien fleet. Even minor errors could mean death. Officers who were usually calm and confident now barked orders in desperation. Ships shifted, trying to form defensive positions, but their formations could not withstand the psychological weight of the human fleet size. Meanwhile, the humans did not attack. They simply floated, giant silent titans in space, their presence alone sending waves of fear through the aliens. Every human ship was like a fortress. Every human ship could destroy multiple alien vessels in a single strike. And yet they waited. The alien fleet's communication channels buzzed with confusion. Do they intend to fight? One officer asked. Kretha's voice was almost a whisper. No. They are testing us. They are waiting for us to make a mistake. As the minutes passed, tension grew unbearable. The alien fleet had been confident moments ago, sure of victory. Now, doubt and fear filled every corner. They had never faced an enemy like this. Humans were no longer just another species. They were giants among stars, a force that defied imagination. A small signal finally came from the humans, a simple, short message broadcast across alien frequencies. It was clear, simple, and impossible to misinterpret. This is human space. Leave now, or face the consequences. The message echoed in every command room, sending shivers down spines. Silence followed. Even Kreth, who had faced countless battles, felt the weight of the warning. He looked at his fleet. They were ready to fight, but they were also terrified. How could they fight such colossal ships? How could they survive a war against beings who had built the impossible? A debate began among the alien commanders. Some urged caution, others demanded attack. The tension reached a breaking point. Kretha's claws slammed against the control panel. We cannot retreat, but neither can we charge blindly. We must, he paused, realizing he had no solution. Humans had created a turning point that no alien could anticipate. The alien fleet shifted formations nervously. They had been ready to conquer, to assert dominance. But now everything had changed. The humans had arrived not with a battle cry, but with silent, unstoppable presence. The unexpected turning point had come, and the aliens were unprepared. As the fleet hesitated, the human ships slowly moved closer, maintaining a perfect formation. Each vessel seemed endless, glowing faintly, radiating calm yet immense power. The void of space seemed smaller in their presence, as if the stars themselves bowed to their size. The alien commanders watched in awe, disbelief, and fear. They had thought humans were clever, yes, but fragile. They had thought the human fleets were small, manageable, and weak. Now those beliefs were shattered. The unexpected turning point had arrived, not with weapons, not with explosions, but with sheer, impossible scale. For the first time in decades, the alien fleet felt true fear. Not fear of losing, not fear of injury, but fear of an enemy who was beyond comprehension. The humans had turned the entire battle in a single, silent moment. And in that moment, the universe itself seemed to hold its breath. The vast silence of space shattered as the first human starship moved closer to the alien fleet. It was impossible to describe its size, in words the aliens could understand. Some ships were longer than entire alien cities, their hulls shining like molten silver under the faint glow of distant stars. The alien fleet had never encountered anything like it. Their sensors could barely track the human vessels. Numbers and measurements flashed across alien screens in confusion, giving meaningless, contradictory readings. Admiral Kreth stared at the approaching giants, his multifaceted eyes wide with disbelief. Impossible. How can a species this small build something so enormous? They are showing us strength, said one of his officers. We are outmatched. The human fleet did not speak. There were no weapon signatures, no missile trails, no fleet chatter, just the presence of impossible size and calm precision, moving forward slowly, confidently, like giants gliding across the cosmos. Then a flash of light, not an explosion, not a strike meant to destroy, but a simple warning shot, a beam of energy, large enough to destroy a medium-sized alien cruiser, passed harmlessly near the alien ships. It illuminated the void like a massive comet, causing every alien officer to freeze in horror. What was that? A junior officer stammered. It's a warning. Kreth shouted. They're testing us, showing us what they can do without firing fully. Prepare weapons. Target them. The alien ships reacted instantly, raising shields and aligning weapons. Missiles streaked toward the humans, lasers charged, energy cannons powered up. But the humans did not flinch. Not a single ship broke formation. Their shields shimmered faintly, absorbing and dispersing energy in ways the aliens could not comprehend. Every shot fired at the human fleet bounced off harmlessly, as if the aliens were attacking shadows. Kreth's claws slammed against the control panel. Focus fire. Concentrate on the largest ships. Even as the command was given, a massive human starship detached from the main fleet. It moved forward with deliberate speed, its hull radiating calm, unstoppable energy. It was so enormous that the aliens could not fit it fully on their sensors. Their missiles barely grazed its surface, disappearing harmlessly. The human ship fired its first real strike, not to destroy, but to demonstrate overwhelming power. A pulse of energy shot outward, invisible at first, then blossoming into a wave that knocked several alien ships off course. They tumbled like toys, spinning helplessly in space. The fleet erupted in panic. They are not attacking, one officer cried. They're just showing us what happens if we make a mistake. Kreth's voice rose, sharp and commanding. Form defensive clusters. Use long-range weapons. Don't engage until we understand them. But the human fleet was already inside what the aliens considered their battle zone. One by one, human ships revealed hidden weapon systems, long-range cannons, and energy arrays that dwarfed the alien fleet's combined firepower. Even their smallest vessels were larger and stronger than the aliens' largest battleships. A second warning shot flashed across the void. This time, it was aimed closer. It passed so near an alien flagship that the crew felt the pressure wave from their own shields bending under the force. The alien officers clutched controls and consoles, eyes wide in disbelief. They are playing with us, muttered one officer. They don't even need to destroy us. They are scaring us to death. Meanwhile, aboard the human flagship, the captain observed the alien fleet calmly. His eyes scanned each ship through massive viewing panels. They think numbers matter, he said softly. They think formation and firepower matter. Let them see. Humans are more than numbers. The humans moved slowly, deliberately, keeping their formations perfect. Alien ships tried to flank, to surround, to outmaneuver, but it was useless. Every human vessel seemed to anticipate their movements, shifting just enough to block attacks, yet never firing fully. The aliens were trapped in psychological warfare, unable to act decisively without risking catastrophic loss. Commander, Kreth shouted. Prepare the full assault. Target their shields. Penetrate their hulls. The alien fleet fired everything they had. Thousands of missiles streaked across space. Energy beams arced toward the human ships. Yet the humans barely reacted. Their shields glowed faintly, bending the energy harmlessly into space. One by one, alien ships began to malfunction under stress, their crews panicking as systems overheated trying to compensate. Impossible, Kreth whispered, almost to himself. No species, no fleet should survive this effortlessly. Then, the human ships fired again. A coordinated pulse, larger than anything the aliens had imagined, swept through the fleet. Ships tumbled, shields flickered, and entire command centers lost power temporarily. The aliens screamed orders, but confusion reigned. Some tried to retreat. Some tried to fight. Most simply froze, paralyzed by the humans' impossible power. Even the bravest alien warriors could not deny the truth. Humans were unstoppable in scale, strategy, and sheer audacity. Their ships were not just machines. They were fortresses, weapons, and symbols of human determination. A group of smaller human ships detached and moved behind the alien formation. No energy fired, no sounds emitted, just movement, calm and precise. The aliens noticed too late that they had been flanked by vessels far larger than anything they expected. Kretha's claws trembled as he realized the humans had planned every move. We cannot win," he muttered. The human fleet moved closer still, keeping perfect silence, letting their presence intimidate further. Every alien officer felt it, the sense that humans could destroy the entire fleet without firing a single full strike. The humans were not reckless, not desperate, they were confident. They were deliberate, and then the final shock came. From behind the visible human fleet, another wave of enormous ships emerged. The alien sensors blinked in confusion. Their calculations failed. This second wave was even larger, more powerful. Every new ship made the previous wave look small. The aliens' formation broke completely. Panic spread like wildfire. "Withdraw," shouted one officer. "Retreat." Kretha's face was pale even through his alien exoskeleton. "No, we cannot retreat. Not yet. We must survive this somehow. Focus on the nearest targets. We must." But the humans were already too far beyond their expectations. Every alien strike was countered, avoided, or nullified. Every attempt to intimidate the humans failed. The fleet realized, finally, the humans were not just defending. They were controlling the battlefield without firing a single destructive strike. For the first time, Kreth felt true fear. Not fear of loss. Not fear of death. Fear of the unknown. Humans were no longer just another species. They were giants of space, a force that could turn entire battles without risking a single life. The unexpected turning point had arrived. What the aliens thought was a normal skirmish had become a lesson in power and scale. And the humans had delivered it without aggression, without haste, without reckless violence, just the silent dominance of their colossal starships. The alien fleet staggered. Ships malfunctioned. Commanders argued. Crew members panicked. And through it all, the humans remained calm, deliberate, and utterly in control. A single message finally came through from the human fleet. Short, simple, clear. You are in human space. Leave now or face extinction. The alien fleet went silent. Even the bravest ships trembled. For the first time, they realized the full meaning of the message. Humans were beyond fear, beyond recklessness, and beyond calculation. And in that moment, the galaxy seemed to pause. The first strike was not one of violence. The first strike was the overwhelming display of power, and it had already shattered the confidence of the alien fleet. The alien fleet reeled in confusion. Their formations had been shattered, their confidence destroyed by humans who had yet to fully engage. Even the bravest alien commanders could not comprehend what they were facing. Every human ship they had seen so far was massive beyond imagination, but there were still hidden giants waiting. Admiral Kretha's multifaceted eyes scanned the void. His sensors flickered in overload. "Impossible, they are still hiding ships," he muttered. His voice was almost a whisper, though the tension radiating from him filled the command room. "How many more do they have?" They keep appearing," one officer said, voice shaking. "Every time we think we've seen everything, another ship appears. Larger, stronger." Kretha's claw slammed on the control panel. "Hold your positions. Prepare for the worst." Yet, even as orders were shouted, the humans were already revealing their hidden armada. From behind the first visible wave, enormous starships emerged, stretching farther than any alien sensors could measure. Their hulls glimmered with an energy the aliens could not classify. Their engines emitted silent pulses that rippled through space, and every vessel seemed untouchable, invincible, and perfect. The alien sensors went haywire. Numbers blinked impossibly on their screens. Systems overheated as they tried to track the human fleet. The officers screamed, panicked, and stumbled over one another, desperately attempting to issue commands. Some ships fired weapons blindly, hoping to hit at least one human vessel. But it was useless. The humans had already predicted their every move. Kretha's voice rose, urgent and trembling. Form defensive lines. Protect the rear. Focus fire. But the humans were not attacking. Not yet. They floated in perfect formation, letting their presence alone dominate the battlefield. The aliens felt every pulse of power radiating from the human fleet, a silent statement of control that no weapon could counter. One of the younger officers whispered, It's like they're gods. We cannot touch them." Kretha's eyes narrowed. "They're not gods, but they are something beyond our understanding." The humans, meanwhile, continued their deliberate advance. Each new ship added to the fleet dwarfed the previous ones. Some were taller than entire alien city towers, their decks bristling with unseen energy arrays. Others glowed with a calm, steady light, radiating power without aggression. The alien fleet, once confident and arrogant, now trembled. Fear filled every officer's mind. They realized that even if they survived this battle, their entire species had underestimated humans for too long. Then, the humans demonstrated the true scale of their power. One massive vessel detached from the main fleet. Its hull shimmered with an energy that distorted the void around it. With a slow, deliberate motion, it fired a pulse, not to destroy, but to demonstrate its reach. A wave of energy traveled across the alien fleet. It disrupted engines, shattered shields, and threw ships off course, without destroying a single vessel outright. The alien officer screamed. Systems failed. Ships collided. Chaos spread through the fleet like wildfire. Kretha's voice cracked as he shouted, "All units, return fire. Do not let them." But it was too late. The humans had already forced the aliens into mistakes. Every attempt to attack was predicted, countered, or nullified. The alien fleet could no longer fight as a single unit. Their formations crumbled. Their morale broke. And the humans? They were calm, almost serene, floating like giants in the vast darkness. "They are untouchable," one officer muttered, voice trembling. "Our weapons, they cannot even scratch them." Kreth clenched his fists. He had faced countless battles, defeated fleets far larger than this, but nothing in his experience prepared him for the mind-blowing scale of human technology. The humans were no longer just ships. They were fortresses, weapons, and symbols of domination, all at once. Then came the moment that shattered the alien fleet completely. From the deepest shadows of the void, another wave of human ships emerged. This was not a small reinforcement. This was the hidden core of the human fleet, the largest vessels humans had ever built. Ships that blocked out entire star systems in their shadow, floating like celestial titans. The aliens had never imagined anything like it. Their sensors failed entirely. The alien crew panicked. Ships trembled. Engines failed. Alarms screamed continuously. Even the bravest commanders were frozen in disbelief. How many ships do they have?" One cried. This is impossible." The humans remained calm. They did not fire. They did not shout orders. They simply revealed their full strength, letting the alien fleet witness the terrifying reality. The aliens understood. Attacking these ships now would mean certain destruction. Retreating meant humiliation. There was no safe choice. Admiral Kretha's face turned pale. He realized that the humans had already won without firing a single full strike. The first strike had been psychological, the second, strategic. And now, with the full fleet revealed, the humans had control of the battlefield. The alien fleet tried to communicate. Hails were sent in desperation, questioning, pleading, even begging. But the humans responded with a single, short, and unyielding message. "This is human space. You have been warned." The alien officers stared at the screens in disbelief. The calm, simple warning carried more weight than any weapon. It was not a threat. It was a fact. Humans were dominant. Humans were unstoppable. Humans were beyond calculation. Some ships attempted to flee. Others tried to regroup. But the humans moved slowly, deliberately, ensuring that every alien ship felt the presence of superior power. Every alien officer understood the unspoken truth. The humans were not only strong, they were unpredictable, intelligent, and enormous beyond imagination. Kretha's hand shook as he realized the depth of their error. They had underestimated humans for centuries, thinking of them as small, fragile, and reckless. Now they saw the truth. Humans were colossal, patient, and terrifyingly strategic. The alien fleet faltered. Ships collided in chaos. Shields failed. Missiles missed targets. Systems overheated. Every moment the humans floated silently added to the aliens' despair. The first strike had been a warning. The second strike had been psychological domination. The third, this reveal, was total mind control over the battlefield. In the silence that followed, Kreth made a choice. Pull back. Regroup. We cannot fight them now. But even as he ordered retreat, he knew it was futile. The humans had shown their full strength. The aliens were not just defeated, they were humiliated. They had faced an enemy beyond comprehension. Meanwhile, the humans continued to float in formation. No celebration, no aggression, just the calm, terrifying presence of colossal starships. Every alien officer who survived that day would remember the silence of human giants as the most terrifying moment in their lives. And as the human fleet slowly retreated from the edge of the battle, the aliens realized something else, something more frightening than the ships themselves. Humans did not need to attack to win. Humans had already won by showing the impossible. The galaxy had shifted. Humans were no longer a species to underestimate. They were the unquestionable titans of space. And the aliens, once proud, arrogant, and confident, were left to wonder what else the humans had hidden in the darkness. The alien fleet staggered in chaos. Ships collided. Shields flickered and failed. Engines overheated. Commanders barked orders, but no one listened. The humans had revealed their full strength, and the weight of it crushed every ounce of confidence the aliens had ever held. Every officer aboard the alien flagship realized the same truth. Humans were not just powerful, they were untouchable. Admiral Kreth gripped the command console with trembling claws. His eyes, wide with disbelief, scanned the mass of colossal human ships. Impossible, he whispered. They control the entire field. They didn't even fire fully, muttered one officer. And yet they've broken us. The human fleet floated in perfect formation, massive and calm. No engines roared aggressively. No energy beams screamed across space. The silence of the humans was more terrifying than any attack. Every alien ship could feel it. The presence of beings who could destroy everything around them with a single, measured move. Then the humans acted. Not with fury, not with aggression, but with precision and subtlety. One massive ship shifted slightly, its engines pulsing with quiet energy. A wave of gravitational distortion rippled across the alien fleet. Ships that were already struggling with formation began to tumble uncontrollably. Minor collisions escalated into full chaos as alien vessels smashed into each other. This is not normal, Kreth muttered. Their power, it's not in weapons alone. It's presence, strategy, control. The aliens tried to fire back. Thousands of missiles streaked toward the human fleet, and energy beams arced across the void. But every strike failed. Human shields absorbed and redirected energy without effort. Some ships deflected beams silently. Some dispersed missiles with faint pulses of energy. Even the smallest human vessels seemed to anticipate attacks before they happened. They are everywhere at once, one officer gasped. And yet they are still calm. The humans moved with slow, deliberate grace. Their sheer size and formation forced the aliens into mistakes. Ships collided, shields failed, and weapons overheated. Panic spread like wildfire. The alien fleet, once confident and arrogant, now staggered under the weight of human dominance. A message arrived from the human flagship. Short, clear, unyielding. Leave now. This is human space. Any resistance will end in destruction. The message was not a threat. It was a statement of fact. Every alien officer understood it immediately. The humans were not bluffing. They had already won without firing a single destructive attack. Kreth's claws shook as he gave the order he knew would change everything. Retreat. Regroup, somehow survive. Even as the aliens attempted to pull back, the humans moved to block their escape paths. The fleet's colossal size and precise positioning meant there was no corner of space for the aliens to hide. Every retreat was met with an invisible, yet undeniable pressure, guiding them toward inescapable defeat if they resisted. The aliens realized something terrifying. Humans did not need to fight to win. Their presence, their scale, and their intelligence were already a weapon beyond comprehension. Every ship the humans revealed, Every movement they made reinforced this truth. The galaxy had changed in an instant. Humans were dominant, unstoppable, and supreme. Inside the alien command center, chaos reigned. Officers argued, screamed, and begged for solutions. Some wanted to fight, some wanted to flee, but none could act decisively. Their sensors were failing. Their fleet was crumbling under the psychological pressure of human titans. Kreth slammed his claws on the table. "We have underestimated them for centuries," he roared. "Every calculation, every strategy, worthless against them." Meanwhile, the humans continued their slow, deliberate advance. Their massive hulls glimmered faintly, engines pulsing with quiet energy. No full attack had been launched. No single alien ship had been destroyed outright. And yet, the aliens knew they could not win. One human ship detached from the formation. Its size alone blocked out distant stars. Slowly, deliberately, it moved closer to the alien flagship. Sensors strained. Systems overloaded. The alien crew could only stare. This is a fortress," muttered one officer. "It could destroy us all, yet it hasn't fired." The human strategy was simple but terrifying. They did not need to fight. The aliens were already broken, their confidence shattered, their morale destroyed, their fleet in chaos. Humans controlled the battlefield without aggression, simply by existing as colossal, perfect, unstoppable forces. The alien fleet's retreat became a disorganized, panicked flight. Ships collided, engines failed, and weapons misfired. Even the bravest commanders admitted the truth. Humans had already won without a single full strike. Kreth realized the full extent of their failure. Humans had turned every alien advantage into weakness. Every fleet maneuver, every calculation, every plan the aliens had made was irrelevant. The humans had reshaped the battlefield by sheer presence and scale. From the viewing panels aboard the human flagship, the captain observed the retreating aliens calmly. His eyes scanned each vessel. No celebration, no cheers, just the calm satisfaction of beings who know their power. "They thought numbers mattered," he said softly. "They thought size mattered. They did not understand. Humans are more than numbers, more than size, more than strategy. We are unstoppable." The humans had proven something far greater than weapons or fleets. They had proven that human ingenuity, scale, and courage were unmatched in the galaxy. Every alien ship that survived the encounter would carry the memory of this day forever. The day humans became titans of the stars. And as the alien fleet retreated, scattered and broken, the humans did not pursue aggressively. They allowed the aliens to leave, knowing that the psychological impact of this encounter would last longer than any battle. Humans had won without firing a full strike. Humans had conquered without a war. Humans had asserted supremacy through sheer presence and will. Admiral Kreth looked at the stars. The humans had shown them something terrifying. The universe belonged to those who could dare, innovate, and dominate beyond imagination. The alien fleet fled, leaving the humans in control of the space around them. And in that silent, vast void, the human fleet remained, colossal, calm, and unmatched in power. The galaxy had witnessed the rise of true supremacy, and the humans, patient and deliberate, had claimed it. Not with fury, not with reckless attacks, but with the quiet, unstoppable weight of their colossal starships. The message was clear to every species observing. This is human space. We are unmatched. We are unstoppable. And we will defend what is ours. Even in retreat, the aliens knew one truth above all. Humanity had changed the balance of power forever. The unexpected turning point, the first strike, the mind-blowing reveal, all had led to this moment. Humans were supreme. Humans were titans. And the galaxy would never forget. As the humans drifted silently through the void, massive, perfect, and calm, their ships glimmered faintly under the distant starlight. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. To challenge humans was to face the impossible. And somewhere in the shadows, other species watched, curious, fearful, and awed. The humans had proven themselves in ways no one could ignore. The question remained, what would humanity do next? The end for now.